If you would like to know about photography, the history of it, and how it was invented, and also I will give you some tips and tricks about photography, please watch this video till the end and let's start this episode. Hello and welcome to iAngel show. In this episode, I will be talking about photography. Nowadays, every one of us is sharing photos of their loved moments and memories through Instagram and other social media networks, either by using a mobile phone camera, a basic camera, or a DSLR. If I want to start my show about photography, I have to talk about the history of photography and how it was invented. The idea of photography simply begins when seeing the pictures getting upside down on a plate or wall by the passage of light through a narrow hole in the roof or wall of a room darkened somewhat. Abu Hassan ibn al-Haytham described the apparent 8th century AD. He was an Arab scientist, so I am mostly proud of him. He was also a mathematician, astronomer, and a philosopher. Ibn al-Haytham made significant contribution to the principle of optics, astronomy, mathematician, metrology, visual perception, and the scientific methods. Al-Hassan showed through experiment the light travels in straight lines and carried out various experiments with lenses, refraction, and reflections. He was the first to consider separately the vertical and horizontal components of reflected and refracted light rays. Which was an important step in understanding optics geometrically that was also held to invent photography nowadays. But the idea actually began to apply in the 16th century with something called the camera obscura. It was a darkened box with a convex lens or aperture for projecting the images of an external object into a screen that was inside the box. This was important historically in the development of photography. Artists also have benefit from this. They were taking advantage of the dark cabin, or as it called the camera obscura, in the correspondent projection of images, including the biggest artist we all know and love, Leonardo da Vinci. Also, artist Louis Daguerre went on to develop the daguerreotype process, the first publicly announced photographic process. So photographic process has started here, that which requires only minutes of exposure in the camera and produced clear, finely detailed results. It was commercially introduced in the 1939, a date generally accepted as the birth year of practical photography. So photographers out there save this date. The camera obscura was developed to smaller sizes and got the name camera in the 16th century. Also, they discovered the lens aperture, which greatly facilitated the process of photography, which helped the process of photography to develop even more. The development even continued in the 17th century and introduced fundamental changes in the camera. First of all, they minimized the size of the camera and used different types of lenses that was installed inside a copper cylinder instead of simple lenses and glass. After that was the first real camera in the 19th century. They used metal parts of a zinc substance that made it look like an accordion. You might have seen that in some old black and white movies. And finally, in the 1989, George Eastman, the founder of Kodak Factories, produced wrapped and packed film cameras that leads to minimize the size of camera a lot even more, and the first small camera was produced in the 1980 by Kodak. After that, the German industries even continue to develop, but also other countries' industrial get their hands on, like Japanese industrial and other countries. They also manufactured cameras as well. So that was about the history of photography. Briefly, I will tell you now about the basic elements in picture: color, depth of field, the clarity of the image, distribution of elements, instant photography, captured angle, lighting, variance, and lines. Now, here are some important tips to condense imaging and succeed in this area. The first tip is know your task. You don't have to have the high-end camera with different lenses to understand photography. Being a successful photographer does not depend on the extent of modern camera as much as depends on your understanding and knowledge of various ways and methods of imaging. You can start using a semi-pro cameras and practice with that. After you have all the knowledge about the camera and the basic of photography, then you can pick and think about buying the latest camera with better properties. You have to read also a lot about photography and imaging programs. You can use documentaries, you can use YouTube videos and books as well. Then track pictures everywhere. See the magazine's pictures, Google professional photography, and learn how to use the camera, lenses and lights to produce those pictures. The second tip I'm going to tell you is to select your area. Select any field of photography that you prefer. You have first of all to experience every type of area. You have to develop your skills and knowledge also about that area, and then you can see which one of them you prefer. Do you prefer a wedding photography, a portrait photography, commercial, advertisement photography? You have to select which area you are much comfortable in. The third thing is to learn how to manage your finances. Being a professional photographer, you have to learn some important things about them, the transaction you will be having with you and your customers. You have to open a bank account for customers to transfer money to it, and you have to spend clearly your money by buying the imported gear you will use. Do not spend your money with gear that you will put in shelves. After that, you have to divide your goals to a small goals, and after you achieve one, you will move to the other goal. Also, you have to record your time, how much you spend to produce a certain picture. After that, you have to put your schedule. As a professional photographer, you have to have your own business schedule. Then identify the amount you would like to have from the customers, how much your time will cost the customers. Fourth, make a contract to deal with customers. Before embarking on any agreement or a new job, you have to have a contract with conditions to ensure entitlements and benefits to you and to the customers as well. If you don't know how to do a contract, you can also Google it. You can also even ask any lawyer or friend that have knowledge about contracts. Fifth, you have to announce yourself. The most important factor to success in any business is to market it. And here are some easy ways to market your business. It's obvious. Social media. You have to use Facebook if you like, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Template, Tumblr, Flickr. There are plenty of social media applications you can use to show your work. And if you like, you can establish your own website to be more professional and have your own portfolio to show your customers. These are the tips that I will share with you about photography and how to start a hobby or a business. Finally, I would like to share some advice regarding your own photography business or any business you are thinking about establishing. First, you have to start your business in a slow, calming way. Do not expect fame and success at start. You need to have patience. If you would like to have a photography business, then you have to have a camera for sure. Get your camera everywhere you go. You will never know when you will see something spectacular to shoot. Participate in competition. Go to a training session. These will boost your success and evaluation of your abilities in photography and will get you more experience. Finally, teach yourself. As I said, practice is the key. Photograph everything around you in your spare time. Try different angles, study lighting. Lighting is the most important element in the perfect picture. By trying and studying, you will gain more experience in no time. So that's a wrap, guys. I hope everything I mentioned today will help you and make you benefit throughout the photography you do daily. Please leave comments below if you'd like me to do more videos about photography or even teaching photography in this channel. Subscribe to this channel, share and like this video, please, if you like it. So thanks again for watching. This is iAngel. Love and peace. If you enjoyed this episode, go and watch my previous episode. You can click this video here. It's about 5 tips to how to stick to your New Year's resolution. I hope you will benefit from this video as well. Please subscribe, share and like this video and also my previous videos. This is iAngel. We'll see you again.